I suddenly noticed a weird scene when taking photos. The lights on the freefall ride were all on, but the photo was missing one letter. The vol was dark. Translated, it meant high-altitude death. A wave of unease hit me hard. My boyfriend pulled me toward the roller coaster. At first, I didn't care much, but when I looked up, I saw a demon statue hanging upside down above me. Its twisted face looked like it was whispering to me. It felt like a warning of a road with no return. I wanted to refuse, but my friends and boyfriend kept pushing. In the end, I gave in. The moment I stepped into the tunnel, I saw bolts above the track that seemed loose. The feeling of dread came back stronger. I had a feeling something bad was going to happen. A friend casually said beside me, "The accident probability of a roller coaster is only 1 in 25 million. The odds were lower than a car crash." He said it was harder than winning the lottery. That calmed me down a little. Finally, it was our turn. The safety bar in front of Xiaohei didn't lock properly. The staff pushed it down with force, but no one noticed the hydraulic rod under the car leaking oil. I pulled out my camera to capture the moment. A worker stopped me. He said cameras cause accidents easily and aren't allowed. I slipped my camera into my pocket. The bald guy in front hid his camcorder under his jacket. Just before we set off, Jack's hand accidentally touched the chewing gum. He threw it away in disgust. The button was pressed, and the ride slowly started. Everyone screamed with excitement. We shot up to the highest point of the track. The sudden drop brought a rush of adrenaline. Everyone was thrilled, but my fear only grew stronger. The first curve came fast. The bald guy pulled out his camera to film. Unexpectedly, the camera was thrown flying. It landed wrapped around the track. The next second, the wheels started to loosen. Sparks flew from the bearings. After 2 full spins, the cars broke apart. The first few carriages were thrown off. Jerry's safety bar broke, and he was thrown out. He was spinning through the air, almost unconscious. Jack reached out and caught him just in time. The coaster kept failing. It stopped on a hanging curve. Everyone was hanging in midair, one by one losing strength. Only Jack and I were still holding on to get the car back on track. Jack told me to swing with him. We moved together with all our strength. The car finally slid back onto the track. But before we could feel relief, the whole ride suddenly plummeted. I screamed and opened my eyes. Luckily, it was just a nightmare. But what made me uneasy was hearing the staff's voice. He said exactly the same thing I heard in my hallucination. Even scarier, Jack's hand touched that piece of chewing gum again. Cold fear ran through me. This was not a dream. When the staff prepared to launch the ride, I broke down. As soon as the lock opened, I jumped out of my seat. I yelled that the coaster was going to crash and begged them not to ride, but they thought I was crazy. The park manager kicked us out. My boyfriend wanted to follow me, but the riders behind were impatient. The staff ignored him and pressed the button. That's when I realized my boyfriend was still on the ride, but the coaster had already started climbing. While I argued with the manager, the coaster plunged down the track, and at that moment, the accident really happened.